We're communicating all day, every day. But how often are we really, truly connecting with people? Well, today, we're going to unlock the secrets to communication that actually works, the kind that builds real relationships and, gets things done. So let's just dive right in.
Oh, come on. We've all been there, right? You lay out this idea, you think it's absolutely crystal clear, and the person you're talking to just gives you this blank stare, like you're speaking a totally different language. It's so frustrating. But what if the problem isn't just about the words we're saying? And this is the core of it all. See, real communication isn't about the act of talking. It's about the result of being understood. If your message doesn't land the way you intended it to, it honestly doesn't matter how well you said it. The communication just didn't happen.
So, to make sure our messages actually land every single time, we're going to build a solid foundation together. We're going to structure this whole explainer around 3 key pillars that, I promise, will completely change how you think about every conversation you have.
Okay, let's get into it with our very first pillar, the message itself. Before a single word even leaves your mouth, the idea in your head has to be solid, it has to be clear, and it has to be ready for its journey to someone else's mind. This is the blueprint.
So how do we build a great blueprint? Well, we use this really powerful, super practical framework known as the 7 C's of communication. Just think of these as the 7 essential ingredients you need for any successful message.
Let's just run through them real quick. Your message has to be clear, so there's absolutely no room for confusion. It needs to be concise, get to the point, don't bury it in fluff. It has to be concrete, with specifics, not just vague ideas. Of course, it must be correct, factually and grammatically. It has to be coherent, so it all flows logically. Then make sure it's complete, giving the other person all the info they need. And last but not least, be courteous. Be respectful. If you nail these 7 things, your message is basically bulletproof.
So, we've got our perfect message crafted, using all 7 C's. Awesome. But that's literally only part of the puzzle. Our second pillar is all about the delivery, because how you say something can completely flip its meaning on its head. All right, I want you to take a guess. Seriously, think about it. Imagine a really powerful conversation you had. Out of all the impact it had on you, what percentage do you think came from the actual, literal words that were spoken? Just take a shot. 10%. That is it. It's a wild number, isn't it? It basically means that a whopping 90% of what people are picking up from you has almost nothing to do with those words you so carefully chose.
So if it's not the words, where is that other 90% coming from? Well, get this. A staggering 70% is from your body language, your posture, your gestures, your facial expressions. And another 20% comes from your tone of voice. This is sometimes called the 70-20-10 rule. And it's just amazing proof that how you say it is way, way more important than what you say.
So how in the world do we get a handle on that huge 90%? It's all about being intentional. Simple things, right? Making direct eye contact, that builds trust instantly. Standing with an open, confident posture, that makes people believe what you're saying. And just consciously making sure your tone of voice actually matches what you mean, that clears up so much potential confusion.
Okay, we've built a great message, we've delivered it with power, but here's the thing, communication is a two-way street. So the final and maybe the most forgotten pillar is reception. And this is all about the art of truly, deeply listening. And this right here, this is a crucial difference. Most of us, most of the time, are just listening to reply. We're not really hearing, we're just waiting for our turn to talk. But real, effective communication demands that we listen to understand. The goal isn't to formulate your comeback. It's to fully, 100% get what the other person is trying to tell you.
You've probably heard this old saying, and it just perfectly sums up great communication, doesn't it? It's such a simple but really powerful reminder that we should probably be listening at least twice as much as we're talking. Okay, so here's a little challenge for you, a practical exercise you can try in your very next conversation. It's the paraphrase challenge. Before you give your opinion or your response, just pause and say something like, okay, so what I think I'm hearing you say is, and then summarize their point. It's a simple trick, but it forces you to listen to understand. And there you have it, the 3 pillars, the message, the delivery, and the reception. When you put them all together, they form a complete toolkit for building connections, for sharing ideas, and for finally truly being understood by others. So let's just boil this all down. What are the key takeaways? For your message, always use the 7 C's to make it rock solid and clear. For your delivery, never forget that your body language and your tone are 90% of your impact. And for reception,
Always listen to understand, not just to fire back a reply.
As we finish up, I'll just leave you with this one question to chew on. Thinking about your own life, your own conversations, which one of these 3 pillars are you going to start working on first? Will it be crafting your message, refining your delivery, or becoming a world-class listener? What's it going to be?